Hello students, I hope you all are doing well. Now today we'll start up with a new lesson in geography, that is India, climate, natural vegetation and wildlife. We'll study this lesson in two parts, and in this video we'll study part A of the lesson. So let's begin. India is a vast country, and this vast size and the varied topographical features cause the climatic conditions to vary greatly from place to place. There is a great diversity in temperature, rainfall, humidity, and range of temperature between the various parts of India. But the general climate pattern of India is same throughout, and it is called the tropical monsoon climate. So now we'll start up with the factors affecting the climate of India. The climate of India is affected by several factors, and here you can see different factors which are affecting the climate of India. First one is latitude, next one is altitude, then influence of Himalayas, topographical variations, distance from the sea, and western disturbances. So we'll study about these factors one by one. The first one is latitude. The Tropic of Cancer divides the country into two parts, and hence the southern part experiences tropical climate, whereas the northern part has a temperate climate. Next one is altitude. Temperature decreases with increase in the height at the rate of 6 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters. Next one is influence of the Himalayas. Now the Himalayas act as a perfect climatic divide. They stop the cold winds from Central Asia to enter into India and also intercept the southwest monsoon winds, compelling them to shed moisture in the form of rainfall in India. Next one is topographical variations. Now heavy relief rainfall occurs on the windward side of the Western Ghats, while the interior of the Deccan, lying on the leeward side, receives less rainfall. Similarly, the eastern Himalayas intercept the monsoon winds and receive heavy rainfall. On the other hand, the Aravallis are not able to intercept the monsoon winds. As a result, Rajasthan remains dry because of their direction. Next one is distance from the sea. The places in the interior have extreme climate as they are far away from the moderating influence of the sea. Thus, places such as Punjab and Haryana have very hot summers and cold dry winters. But the places nearer the coasts, such as Mumbai and Chennai, have moderate summers and winters. Next one is western disturbances. The western disturbances originating in the Mediterranean region play an important role in shaping the climate of northern India. These disturbances bring rainfall and cold waves in the northern side and snowfall to the Himalayas and Jammu and Kashmir. Next, we'll study about the seasons of India. Now, on the basis of temperature and precipitation conditions, the year can be divided into four seasons. The hot, dry season, which lasts from March to May. The rainy season or season of southwest monsoon, from June to September. The retreating season of southwest monsoon, from October to November. And the cold season or season of northeast monsoon, December to February. So we'll study about them one by one. The first one is the hot dry season, which lasts from March to May. Now, during this season, the sun moves northward and shines vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. The entire country experiences high temperature. The warmest area slowly shifts from Deccan to northwest India, where low pressure develops. The hot, dry weather is marked by weak winds, and there is dryness over most of the country. Thunderstorms cause rainfall along Kerala and Karnataka coasts. Hot, dry westerly winds, called Lu, blow more frequently during May and June. Tornado-like dust storms blow in West Bengal and are known as Kali Baisakhis, and they are known as Andhis in Punjab, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. The next season is the rainy season or season of southwest monsoon, which starts from June till September. Now, at this time, the heat continues to rise as the sun moves northward to shine over the Tropic of Cancer. The low pressure is developed over northwest India and Pakistan. High pressure develops on Arabian Sea. Winds carrying moisture start from Arabian Sea to northwest of India. The Arabian Sea current is forceful and cause heavy rainfall on the western slopes of Western Ghats and western coastal strip. The monsoon first burst over Kerala coast and then to the Konkan coast. They bring less rainfall on large parts of Deccan, which lie in the rain shadow of the Western Ghats. The Bay of Bengal current strikes the Arkan coast. Then there is a break in the monsoon. What happens that sometimes during the southwest monsoon season, wet spells are followed by weak winds and dry weather, and hence this period during the monsoon season is called the break in the monsoon. Mawsynram in Meghalaya is a place which receives the world's heaviest rainfall. Now, the monsoon winds cannot cross the high Himalayas, so they are deflected towards the Indo Gangetic Plain, and the amount of rainfall decreases from West Bengal towards Jammu and Kashmir. The Arabian Sea current is more forceful as compared to the Bay of Bengal current. Next, we'll study about the retreating season of southwest monsoon, which starts from October till November. Now, during this time, the sun starts migrating towards south, and a high pressure center begins to build over the landmass and low pressure on the sea. Then, the southwest monsoon begins to withdraw from the subcontinent. In this season, the skies are mostly clear and humidity is low. And by the end of September, the monsoon withdraws from Uttaranchal, western parts of Madhya Pradesh, and Gujarat. The retreat of the southwest monsoon is associated with a number of storms which affect only the coast of Bay of Bengal. Next one is the cold season or season of northeast monsoon, which starts from December and lasts till February. During this season, the sky remains clear, giving fine dry weather. High pressure develops over the cold plain of northwest, from where the winds start blowing towards the area of low pressure over the sea. These winds are cold dry and bring no rainfall as they are offshore winds, but a part of these winds, which take moisture while passing over Bay of Bengal, bring rain to the southeastern parts of India. Tamil Nadu and eastern parts of Sri Lanka get a good amount of rainfall. The northwestern part of the subcontinent also receives some winter rainfall from the western disturbances coming from the Mediterranean Sea. Next, we'll study the important features of the Indian climate. Now, the first point is the summers are hot and wet in India while the winters are cold and dry. The northern mountains, that is the Himalayas, protect India from the cold winds which come from Central Asia in winters. Winters are not too severe, that's why. And Himalayas also stop the rain bearing winds from blowing into Central Asia. Due to this, the northern plains of India receives heavy rainfall from the southwest winds. Next point is the monsoon rains are of orographic type, that is, rainfall is controlled by relief high mountains, block the rain bearing winds, and as a result, there is heavy rainfall in India. Next point is the monsoons are land and sea winds both. For the half of the year, the rain bearing sea winds blow towards the land, and the vice versa happens in the next half. Next point is India being an agricultural country has great influence of climate on the economy. The lives of Indian people are very much influenced by the climate. About 80% of the total cropped area in India directly depends on rainfall. People store water supplies of rain in wells, tanks and reservoirs. Even livestock rearing largely depends on the supply of adequate rainfall. Next, we'll study about the distribution of rainfall. The rainfall in India is unevenly distributed due to the relief features of the country. The areas lying on the windward side of the mountains receives heavy rainfall, while areas of rain shadow get very less rainfall. The average annual rainfall in India is about 110 centimeters. According to the rainfall regions, India can be divided into four groups: heavy rainfall region, moderate rainfall region, low rainfall region, and very low rainfall region. And we'll study about them one by one. First one is heavy rainfall region. Now these regions receives more than 200 centimeter of rainfall in a year. They are western coast and western sides of Western Ghats, lower Himalayas and northeast states of India. Next one is moderate rainfall region. Now these regions receive rainfall between 100 centimeter to 200 centimeter. They are West Bengal, Orissa, Jharkhand, Bihar, Uttaranchal, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh and coastal plains of Tamil Nadu. Next one is low rainfall region. Now these regions receive rainfall between 50 centimeter to 100 centimeter. They are Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Gujarat, Peninsular Plateau and eastern Rajasthan. And the last one is very low rainfall region. Now these regions receives less than 50 centimeter of rainfall. They are Ladakh, southwest Punjab, southern Haryana, western Rajasthan and Kutch and Thar desert. Next we'll study about the characteristics of monsoon rainfall. Now most of the rain occurs in season lasting for 4 to 5 months. The rainfall is orographic in nature. The monsoons are unreliable and erratic and sometimes do not arrive when expected. With this, we come to an end to part A of our lesson. I hope you all have understood it well. Kindly refer to the video again for a better understanding. The remaining portion of the lesson we'll complete in the next video. So till then, stay safe, stay healthy and have a nice day. Thank you.